All right, how do I collect stories? Well, I think that as a preacher, you're kind of always living in the midst of just stories that drip. You know, things you read, things you see, um, experiences you have, memories. Um, I think that one of Spurgeon's great gifts was that he had what Helmut Thielicke called a charismatic ear. You know, he had sort of an ear that was attuned to hearing God in the midst of the world. And I think probably every preacher needs to pray for that gift. You know, the gift of hearing and the gift of seeing. And you have to pay attention. And I think to pay attention, you have to slow down and you have to be curious and nosy and you have to be a people watcher. You know, and read widely, read deeply. I've never met an interesting preacher that wasn't just a voracious reader. And now, how do I physically collect them? Man, I use little books. Normally, I use a composition book, the cheap, speckly black and white on the outside. I've got a stack of those, in my office in a box. But this one was given to me free, so it's even cheaper than a composition book. But I just kind of always have something like that with me, and if I read something, I'll put it in here. Like for instance, this was from the paper back in April, and so you just kind of walk through, and so you find something like this, you don't throw it away. Probably a better thing to do nowadays is just take a picture of it or do something electronically. But I'm kind of a luddite in some ways. I do a lot better when I scribble down things and hold on to them. Now, week to week, you just have to go to the text and you begin with the text. Don't start with your stories. Begin with the text, and then you go back through that catalog of stories. And if something helps it, go for it. If not, leave it on the floor.